Top reboots and revival series. Television reboots and revival series have become one of the defining trends of modern entertainment. As audiences grow nostalgic for familiar characters and worlds, studios have increasingly revisited beloved shows sometimes decades after they first aired. Before we get started, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. Battlestar Galactica 2004. The 2004 reboot of Battlestar Galactica is widely regarded as one of the greatest television reboots of all time. Originally a campy sci-fi series from the late 1970s, the show was completely reimagined by Ronald D. Moore into a dark, philosophical, and politically charged drama. Set in the aftermath of humanity's near extinction, the series follows the last survivors as they flee from the Cylons, machines that now look and think like humans. What set this reboot apart was its maturity. Themes of terrorism, genocide, identity, religion, and moral compromise were woven deeply into the narrative. Characters were flawed, emotionally complex, and constantly forced into impossible decisions. The handheld camera style, muted color palette, and documentary-like realism gave the show a grounded feel rarely seen in science fiction at the time. This reboot didn't just modernize the original, it elevated it into prestige television. Doctor Who 2005 present revival. When Doctor Who returned to television in 2005 after a 16-year hiatus, few could have predicted how successful the revival would become. The original series, which debuted in 1963, was a cornerstone of British television, but had struggled in its later years. The revival, led by showrunner Russell T. Davies, modernized the show while preserving its core identity, a time-traveling alien who regenerates into new forms. Improved visual effects, stronger emotional storytelling, and character-driven arcs helped the series reach a global audience. The revived Doctor Who balanced episodic adventures with season-long narratives, allowing new viewers to jump in while rewarding longtime fans. Companions were given deeper emotional lives, and the Doctor himself became a more tragic, layered figure shaped by loss and responsibility. Twin Peaks: The Return 2017. Twin Peaks: The Return was less a traditional revival and more a radical artistic statement. Returning 25 years after the original series ended, creators David Lynch and Mark Frost delivered an 18-episode event that defied expectations. Rather than leaning into nostalgia, the revival embraced ambiguity, surrealism, and existential dread. Familiar characters reappeared, but they were older, broken, and changed by time. The show explored themes of memory, trauma, identity, and the passage of time, often in deliberately uncomfortable ways. Its pacing was slow, its imagery abstract, and its narrative fragmented, challenging viewers to engage on a deeper level. This revival treated television not as disposable entertainment, but as experimental art, pushing the medium's boundaries. The X-Files 2016 to 2018 revival. When The X-Files returned in 2016, it brought back iconic characters Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, at a time when conspiracy culture was more relevant than ever. The revival aimed to explore how truth, paranoia, and belief had evolved in the digital age. While the original series thrived on government secrecy and alien mythology, the revival reflected a world shaped by mass surveillance, misinformation, and technological anxiety. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson seamlessly stepped back into their roles, providing emotional continuity for longtime fans. The revival balanced standalone Monster of the Week episodes with mythology-heavy arcs, attempting to honor the show's roots while updating its themes. Cobra Kai 2018 present. Cobra Kai is a rare reboot that recontextualizes its original story rather than retelling it. Set decades after The Karate Kid, the series shifts perspective by focusing on Johnny Lawrence, the former antagonist. What emerges is a nuanced exploration of failure, redemption, and masculinity. The show blends nostalgia with sharp humor and surprisingly heartfelt drama. Familiar characters return, but they are portrayed as flawed adults shaped by past choices. New characters are introduced with depth, allowing the story to evolve beyond its original framework. The series also resonates with younger audiences while rewarding longtime fans, with subtle callbacks and character growth. Will and Amp, Grace, 2017 to 2020 revival. The revival of Will and Amp, Grace brought back one of television's most influential sitcoms, at a time when conversations about identity and representation had evolved significantly. The original series was groundbreaking for its portrayal of gay characters in mainstream media. The revival leaned into contemporary political and cultural issues, while maintaining the rapid-fire humor and chemistry that defined the original. The cast returned effortlessly, proving that comedic timing and character dynamics can withstand time. By addressing modern topics such as social media, activism, and generational change, the revival managed to feel both nostalgic and current. Star Trek, Picard 2020 to 2023. Star Trek, Picard marked the return of Jean-Luc Picard, one of the franchise's most beloved captains. Rather than revisiting space exploration in its traditional form, the series focused on aging, legacy, and regret. Picard is no longer a commanding officer, but a man reflecting on past decisions in a morally complex galaxy. The show modernized Star Trek with serialized storytelling, darker tones, and cinematic production values. It also reintroduced familiar characters while expanding the universe's emotional scope. Dexter, New Blood, 2021. After the controversial ending of Dexter, New Blood aimed to give the character a more satisfying conclusion. Set years after the original series, the revival finds Dexter living under a new identity in a quiet town. The show revisits themes of control, addiction, and the impossibility of escaping one's nature. By introducing new characters and moral dilemmas, the revival attempts to reframe Dexter's story with greater emotional weight and consequences. Roseanne, The Connors. The revival of Roseanne, later continued as The Connors, brought back a brutally honest portrayal of working-class American life. The original series was known for addressing real social issues with humor and empathy. The revival continued this tradition by tackling modern struggles such as healthcare, unemployment, and political division. Despite behind-the-scenes controversy, the show's continuation proved that its core themes remained relevant. Frasier, 2023 revival. The revival of Frasier reintroduced audiences to Dr. Frasier Crane at a later stage in life. The series explores how identity, ambition, and relationships evolve with age. While maintaining the sophisticated humor of the original, the revival updates its setting and supporting cast to reflect generational change. Kelsey Grammer's performance anchors the show, bridging old and new audiences. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.